Hello there, this is Ed Grant speaking at Solgari. I'm here with my colleague Joe Leberte, and today we're presenting to Microsoft sellers to walk you through the Solgari customer engagement application, the problems that it's solving, some key customer outcomes and case studies. We're also going to give you a very short product run through that you'll hopefully find relevant to many use cases today about how our application is solving customer engagement requirements and also providing data into Copilot and AI agents. And then finally, we'll talk through some of the incentives and how we land on the AI business solution strategy. So in terms of the application itself, it's a customer application built on Azure. It's available natively in Microsoft Teams and Dynamics 365 and allows our customers to extend Teams very rapidly to full-blown customer engagement across any channel and any persona, writing all the conversations back to the system of record, such as Dynamics 365. In terms of the problem that we're solving, this is a problem that that'll resonate with many viewers of this webinar. We we see increasingly customers having problems capturing all the customer conversations that are happening across the company. Typically, it's customer service, which might be 15 to 20% of all conversations, and in the AI world, that is leaving a massive blind spot in terms of conversational data. Very large problem in the market today. And our application addresses this problem because it is available across every persona from back office all the way up to customer service at the front end, capturing every conversation right into the system of record and giving the customer a clear view of every conversation that is happening within the business through the Teams app. In terms of what the solution looks like, this is a very quick overview of what it looks like. So you have omni-channel capability in terms of all channels, self-service in terms of AI chat powered by Copilot Studio. It's got all the routing capability, both inbound and outbound, if it's inbound routing, outbound campaigns. Lands on different personas, as mentioned, from back office, middle office, subject matter experts, customer sales, customer service, writes it to the relevant CRM. And you'll see here that the cost per user is relevant to the SKU. So front end is typically all functionality, back end is a lot less with a much cheaper SKU. So hence it lands on every persona writing to the system of record. In terms of the customer experience value, so first call resolution is key. The application, given that it captures all previous and current conversations across every channel, it facilitates much faster resolution in terms of first communication, first contact, much faster productivity, and recording and archiving of all interactions makes it compliant on the Azure platform as well. In terms of how it fits into the AI agentic world and Copilot world that Dynamics is becoming, and indeed M365 is becoming, this is a crucial role that we play. Uh, Increasingly, CRMs are becoming systems of action as opposed to systems of record. And Solgari, by writing all the different conversations created on the app into the system of record, so Dynamics 365, feeding the various AI agents that are in general release at the moment, makes them much more relevant given that they have all the data across all the different personas. So we have a very important role to play in terms of providing the data into these type of AI agents. And as you are all aware, given how important this is in terms of the AI business solution strategy, the agentic AI world is set for huge growth. You can see in the slide here, 10x over the next 10 years. And partners obviously are going to play a major role in terms of the adoption of the various tools. And our role again in terms of providing the conversational data that provides a full view of all the interactions, making the agents much more effective, and Copilot proof of concept, for example, much more successful going forward, given a full data view. In terms of our ideal customer profile, you might wonder about where do we fit. So typically, our customers are in SMC, 50 up to 500 users. We have done a lot bigger. For example, NHS ran all their COVID-19 tracing up to 5,000 users during the pandemic. But our sweet spot is this, those type of customers, they're heavily invested in the Microsoft cloud. They're seeking to extend their existing Microsoft investments to create further customer engagement capability, their flow of work. Today, they might have major gaps in terms of their customer experience capability. They might have silos, no single data view as discussed. Crucially, they want speed to value. So they don't want big, long projects. They're looking to buy applications from a marketplace as part of their existing Microsoft billing that can stand up rapidly and produce quick results. Here's a good example. AMB Sports Entertainment owns the Atlanta Falcons NFL team, the stadium in Atlanta, and Atlanta United MLS team. So the key goal of the company is to ensure that the stadium is filled for all the various different events, and they are using our Teams application to run all their fan engagement, both inbound and outbound, over a number of different channels across all the different events they have in the stadium. This has been a huge success story. It was delivered in partnership with AT&T, and over the last year, they've AMB Sports Entertainment have handled nearly 2 million fans in the stadium with various interactions across our application, all written back to Dynamics 365, providing them, the staff, the associates as they're called, and the management team with a single view of all fan interactions, and laying the groundwork for a really powerful AI story for them within Dynamics 365. You notice as well at the end, in terms of landing on on co-sell, for example, this is a co-sell deal. 100% marketplace bill sales, 50% of the deal, the ACV, land on the NFL team sales quota. So very successful story and a prime example of a customer suited and making great success out of our Solgari for Microsoft Teams app. Briefly on an overview, we've got customers worldwide, all delivered from Azure regionally, from Australia all the way around to Canada, let's say, healthcare, services, sports and entertainment, manufacturing, government are key industries that we're very powerful in. Education as well, all built on, of course, Microsoft, and we use various partners to go to market, which I'll touch on later. But you'll see some of our Operator Connect partners or our SI partners on the Dynamics side, and indeed then using marketplaces that are integrated with Microsoft Marketplace and have our apps available through those additional marketplaces as well. Now I'm going to hand over to Joe, who's going to give you a view of how this looks from a real world perspective in a demo. Thanks, Joe.
Great. Thanks, Ed. And just to carry on what Ed said is, seeing is believing. So I'll briefly just go through the application. So you have a good understanding of, what this looks like as a day in the life of a Solgari user and how the customer engagement app sits within Teams and across the Dynamics 365 real estate. So what you should see on my screen is just the Solgari app. You'll see on the left-hand side, this is a seamless integration into Microsoft Teams. So everything's pre-integrated. You just download the app from the Microsoft App Store, and then your users are off to the races. Now, you'll see a few things going on the right-hand side. The agent has a full dashboard, and an active call is in place with a customer called Emma Okola. So because of the Dynamics integration, you'll see some of the customer profile we already have, like the name of the customer, the credentials of that customer, and on the left-hand side, the ability to write information back into the system of record, being Microsoft Dynamics 365. So in a typical customer service use case, this is very valuable because you'll be able to come in and create your cases, create your call notes, and have a single storage of all of this information, all this conversational data back into the CRM, which we'll walk through in a bit. You also have Omnichannel functionality. So if I quickly just walk you through, an agent can view all of the historical conversations from calls to text messages, emails, and even automated agentic AI conversations from Copilot will flow to the agent here within the Solgari app. We'll go through a few of these use cases as well. And one of the most common aspects of our tool that an agent uses is the agent scripts here for transcribing, summarizing, and using our Copilot, which is processing all the conversations and bringing them directly to the agent for automated note-taking and giving a clear path to the CRM for all this conversational data to flow into. So I'll quickly walk you through what that would look like for an agent and the value that it brings to the organization. So for example, if Emma Okola was having a conversation, and let's say that Emma is the customer and she called me, Joe Leberte, as the agent, I can take the call notes where Emma had a issue where she called about a existing hydraulic hose as a manufacturer, and she needs a warranty on that product. So for one, I can take the notes where Solgari summarized the conversation for me as an agent, and I can also create a case writing that information back into the CRM. So we can say that there is a warranty for a hose, and it's Emma Acola with Clearview as the customer. So this case will write back into Microsoft Dynamics. So I'll go ahead and click into the CRM so you can actually see the full view of this. And the whole idea is all the voice conversation, the WhatsApp conversations, and what you'll see shortly is even the chat transcripts from a website will flow here into a single data record, being Microsoft Dynamics 365. So once I clicked on that link within Solgari for Microsoft Teams, you'll see a few things occur. For one, it screen pops Emma Ocola's record. So if I need more context as a agent as to the previous interactions that I had with Emma, or as you can see, the open cases here for Emma Ocola, all of that is presented to me in a nice, clean file. And the value of AI in a lot of scenarios is being able to structure what's traditionally unstructured data, things like call transcripts, messaging back and forth, emails, etc., and presenting all of the golden nuggets of that information to me in a nice highlight. So our transcriptions are writing seamlessly back into the timeline of the customer, while Microsoft's Copilots take all of that data and present it nicely for the contact center agents here within the CRM. And there's plenty of different scenarios we can use, but this is the traditional and kind of seamless way that a contact center agent would use the Solgari for Teams plus Dynamics integration. Another scenario might be how an agent and a customer communicate through your website, for example. So on the right-hand side here, you can see the Solgari chat solution. Now, this is seamlessly integrated with Copilot Studio. So we're not competing here with what Microsoft already offers. We're simply extending it, right? So what Microsoft supplies is the chatbot functionality, which is the ability to search the website or the knowledge base article to supply really important information, like in this case, just a bit more information in context as to what's actually supplied by Solgari in this case. But let's say we need to escalate this to an agent. So I can say, hello, can I speak to a salesperson? You'll see here shortly that the Copilot Studio agent is going to ask for my credentials. So it's going to do a bit of qualification. So in this case, it's going to ask for my email address before it escalates to a salesperson within Teams. And then it's going to ask what department I need to speak to. And we'll go ahead and route myself to the sales team. So back in the back end, Solgari is finding the available agent within Microsoft Teams and the individual with the skill set to support, in this case, sales inquiries. So you'll see the entire previous engagement that the customer had on the website is presented to the agent. And now that they need to speak to a salesperson, that salesperson can monitor and manage that conversation right here within Solgari for Teams. That wraps up the demo, but at the end of the day, all of this customer service data, no matter the channel, is writing back into, in this case, Dynamics. And if you need a bit more context, we're happy to show you a deeper demonstration later on. But I'll turn this back over to Ed just to quickly go through the benefits of Solgari and some of the incentives that you have as a Microsoft seller.
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. So I want to just briefly walk you through go-to-market strategy and how this lands on co-sell, which is what you're interested in. So the applications that we're talking about, by the way, are Microsoft for Contact Center for Teams certified. And we're also certified software for modern work. So we're right at the top of the certifications, all delivered from Marketplace. So it's all transactable. And then in terms of our partner go-to-market, so we are working with scale partners globally that are bringing in more and more deals that are managed accounts, which we then map back to Partner Center for co-sell. And really interestingly, you'll find that in terms of the AI business solution strategy, we sit right on top of this. So our apps are available all across the Microsoft Cloud. They're available on Dynamics. They're available on Teams. They're available on Teams Mobile. They drive Teams E5. They drive Dynamics licenses. They drive ACR, Azure OpenAI, and they also then, in terms of the seller incentives, they're obviously marketplace bill sales is 100% of marketplace bill sales, 50% of the ACV into TCV lands on the seller quota. And also we're moving towards PRACAR, so we can move the Azure, which on our partner account, our partner tenancy, down into the customer tenancy as well. So for PRACAR recognition. And the strategies land on a number of different sales plays, which you saw there, both on the team side and on the CRM side. So just looking forward, in terms of our roadmap, we're supported by the Azure AI team. One of the key areas we're focused on is building more vertical use case pilots inside the app. So, for example, customer engagement for sports entertainment, customer engagement for financial services, all within the app. So the Copilot would land on those particular cases. And they were also very focused on delivering into the systems of record in terms of the data supply into AI agents and co-pilots. So call to action for everyone that's attending or watching this webinar. If you see us pop up in co-sell, please reach out to us. We'll be reaching out anyway to you, seeking your assistance or input into deals that we're working on that are your accounts. If you are not working with us on a deal at the moment and you think that our application can address some pain points while also landing on your own targets, please get in touch. We'd be delighted to meet and set up some joint account planning. So with that, thanks very much for taking the time to look at this webinar. Our details are there below, and we look forward to hearing from you if you find this useful. Thank you.